To see Lucifer be a little bit more self-reflective and down this season. Can you talk about kind of that character arc and how it's different to play and how, if he'll get out of that?
Well, I think, the first season of the show, we kind of, we very much sort of picked up where Lucifer was, or where he felt he was in his life. That was covered with a whole kind of veneer of being Lucifer and being this kind of like persona amongst humanity. But obviously, personal things have happened to him now that have changed that dynamic in season 2. The introduction of his mum has been a huge part of that, because I think intrinsically people are very different around their mums, and that relationship is very unique. And so she knows better than anyone else about who her son is, apart from maybe him, or probably better than him, to be honest. So that's kind of aided that, and then obviously consequences of action have come into play as well. And as we saw in the episode, in the Weaponizer episode, where Lucifer ends up killing his brother, he's never killed anyone before. It's kind of an interesting thing, because people assume that that's something one might be used to as the devil, but his point is he's never killed anyone. He's only ever had to take care of souls after they've been killed. So having that kind of happen to him, and about his brother, has sort of thrown his world into a whole new area that he's never experienced before. And he's also in a much more vulnerable place than he ever was, just because of his time here, his relationship with Detective Decker, his mum being around, and all of those things have conspired into this perfect storm of him being probably at his lowest ebb that we've ever seen him in the season. As an actor, that's been fun to play and interesting to play, and I think our audience have really kind of latched on to the vulnerability.
I find Tom Ellis highly attractive. So.
I find Lauren German very loud. And attractive.
They just said, do I hope we go there? Do I? Yes, I hope we go
Do I? No.
What about me?
That episode's coming up. Sorry, where were we?
I know.
So yeah, I mean, it is a different Lucifer to what we set up in the first season, but I think that's good, because I think, it would be boring to play a kind of two-dimensional character who is just this thing, and that is it, and they're not affected by anything that happens to them.